If you are interested in deepening your yoga studies, then check out the Mindfulish School. It's the school that I co-founded with Jack St. Pierre, and we do 200-hour trainings. Next one is a hybrid format, part online, part in Bali, beginning of 2024. And we also do an online 300-hour deep dive as well. So if you're interested in either of those, click the link in the description and come and study with us. Let's feed our curiosity. All right, going to explore some exercises with the nervous system. So if you haven't listened to the talk about it, and kind of polyvagal explained a bit, then do check that out. And then we're going to do some exploration right here. So we're exploring, in a nutshell, exploring the different states of our nervous system called the hierarchy. And we have the green system, which is ventral. This is connection. I'm kind of cool, calm, and collected. I'm open for life. I'm present. I'm curious. Sympathetic, I like to call it, or like to see it as yellow, mobilized. Do I go? Do I stay? I'm not sure. Do I run? Do I fight? Lots of options, but there's a big kind of upward energy, yeah? And then dorsal being red, stop, collapse, downward energy, kind of shutting down, disassociating. These are the three different nervous system states, and they are all epic and intelligent, and they are all needed. But ideally, we move flexibly between the three. But we really need to know what they are and be able to know our body signals when we're in each one so that we know how to navigate. The state of our nervous system creates the state of our world. The way that you and me and everyone else perceives reality is not objective. It's subjective. It's based on the way that we feel. We act more in accordance to the way that we feel than the way that we think. So this is important stuff, yeah? All right, so let's do some exploration so that we can begin to map where we are. And so we know where we're at when we're there. So I learned this one recently from Deb Dana, who is just a wealth of knowledge. So please go check her out. And there's some gentle movements to help us feel the energy of each state. Yeah. So let's begin with ventral. Ventral is this cool, calm, collected. Remember that each of these is on a spectrum. So this can be just like things feel okay right now. It's a little bit of an ease. It can also feel, you might be in a deep curiosity and wonder as well. So there's a big spectrum here, but we're really present. All of our immunity is online, kind of like all systems are go. We're not protecting ourselves from anything. We're open for connection to life. So this movement, for me, kind of helps, it feels like this. So it's a slow movement. It's kind of like a figure eight with each hand. And it's like, all right, we're in the flow. Like the waves, we're moving, but the waves are like smooth and manageable. And this feels good. So maybe put this rhythm in your body. And close your eyes and feel that. And breathe. So maybe it moves really slow, or find a pace that feels good to you, that just feels like, yeah. So this would be an optimal green state. And release that down. And then let's look at a yellow state, sympathetic. And all of these have like an optimal state, like these are working for us. So sympathetic, we want sympathetic whenever we need energy, whenever we need to work, whenever we want to go run, whenever we orgasm. These are all sympathetic energy. So often it's sympathetic energy that is it's always in support of us. It's all in service, but sometimes it's something that maybe is, more desirable. And then some of them are a bit more challenging. So for example, if we're we're needing energy to do a workout, or we're needing energy to create something. So we need some sympathetic energy. So an optimal sympathetic energy, maybe let's bring the hands together like this, and it's like, move them like this. Like, okay, it's like clockwork. Feel what this energy is in your body. It's steady, it's smooth. You can kind of maybe feel like it's like a pace for running or something, but it's good. Like, thank you, sympathetic energy. This is how we get shit done. It's good. All right. And then on the other side of this, like a frenetic sympathetic energy of when like, whoa, okay, like there's some smoke blowing out of the machines and I'm not sure what to do. This starts to happen. I feel we're in threat. We need to do something. Like this is getting challenging. So we can do this movement again, but maybe it starts to be like, it's not rhythmic. And now it's like, oh no, it's going too fast. Okay, come back down. So yeah, I can really feel that. Can you feel how both of these energies are sympathetic? Both of these energies are mobilized, but they feel quite different. Just take a moment with that. Where does that feel familiar to you? Either or both? And then let's shift into dorsal, red, collapse. So dorsal, it's, really supportive functions. Again, it's all in service, but it's really admirable. It's all admirable too. I got to think of a better way to say this. Maybe desirable. I don't know. I think that's what I said last time. Is that it helps us to rest. It helps us to digest. It helps all of our digestion. All of these systems that need to kind of like integrate and reboot, all of that is happening, to sleep. So this dorsal energy, it's a downward energy. So let's maybe bring the hands up. And with an exhale, let's move the hands down. So, and move them down slowly. Let's do this a couple times. Inhale, lift them back up. Emphasis is on the exhale. It's a smooth down that feels good again. Smooth down. Cool. So that feels nice. It's ready, time to shut down. So that is some dorsal energy. And then there's the dorsal collapse energy, which is more of a hiding, of a disassociating, of a not being able to connect, a sense of a hopelessness. So we don't want to go too deep into this, but let's try to put a movement, and you can make your own movements for any of these, yeah? But I'm going to kind of like wilt, I think is what it feels in my body. Of maybe my arms are up and then I'm kind of hiding. And then do this a couple times. Something in your body that this feels like. And then again. Okay, can you feel this, how they're different? And do these feel familiar? So I think it's interesting to use those movements to kind of feel that, because it brings up the energy in the body. Let's see. Let's do one more. Let's do the yeses and the nos. This is a good one. So what does it feel like? Come into, let's just stay, since we were just in red, let's go there. Whenever you're in red, what would it feel like to say yes? So imagine that you're in red, and let's maybe imagine more of a collapse red. What would you say when you're in red if you were saying yes? Yeah. I might say something like that real quiet, or might not even say it, or just, yeah. Yeah. Real shutdown. And let's say no. 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 It's almost like, for me, it's almost like it's not believed. It's like a no that I don't believe is going to be listened to. It's painful. No. Okay. Shake it off. But do notice if it's familiar. Come into yellow. And let's come into the frenetic yellow. So really moving here. Ooh. It's like when the treadmill goes like too fast. And then from here, say yes. 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 And let's say no. No. Of course not. Like this energy. No. Wiggle that out. Notice if it's familiar. And coming into green. Cool, calm, collected. Maybe the hand movement again. Rhythmic. And then say yes. Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. Quite different. And then say no. 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 That feels so wildly different. I hope that this kind of sparked something or is resonant in your system. And I would really love to hear. This is so powerful. And I hope that then out in the world that you notice this a little bit when you're feeling ooh or ooh. And feeling that energy, because whenever we begin to map with the energetics of it, the somatic markers is another word for it that come up in the body, then we begin to know where we are. And if we know where we are, then we know how to navigate. It's kind of like in Google Maps or something, you can't get where you're going if you don't know your location. You don't know your starting point. You have to figure out where you are, proprioception, and then move from that space. So I hope that these helped. Please ask any questions. And if you want to dive in more to this, we're doing we have some trainings with Mindfulish School. And we have an 8-week course starting in November on trauma, addiction, recovery, and the nervous system. It's going to be epic. It's actually part of our 300-hour, but you can take it completely separately. 8 weeks in November and December. And we're going deep into this stuff. And this is we're discovering our inner ecology, and it's powerful. So if you're interested in joining us, you can check the info out in the description. Yeah, it's good stuff. We'll also be learning about this in the 200-hour, which is a hybrid format. It'll be 4 weeks online and then 2 weeks here in Bali. And that's in February. If you want to come and join for that, it's going to be sweet. And we go into polyvagal theory there as well. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed. If you're enjoying these classes, then I want to invite you to my membership service, CCY Studio. This is where we get to explore with longer classes, full-length classes, and we get to investigate not only more into the physical body and longer shavasanas, but also yogic and Buddhist philosophy, and more time to marinate and percolate with all of it. Also just putting up a new asana library, and this has about 10 of the core poses and really intricate ways and investigations to put it not only in your body, but also some teaching tips. So if you're a teacher, this is really valuable as well. So if you're interested, you get a 14-day free trial. You can cancel at any time, and I just encourage you to check it out. I think that it's a beautiful place to go a little bit deeper. So I hope to see you over there. You can find more details in the links below.